Let's get right into it. Number 10. The pill that eats your skin. So, you've got a mild infection. Nothing major. Doctor says, take this antibiotic, you'll be fine. Cool. You trust science. You pop the pill. And then, boom, you wake up feeling like your skin has declared independence from your body. There's a drug called Bactrim. Sounds harmless, right? Like something you'd use to clean a countertop. Except sometimes, your immune system decides it hates Bactrim more than any bacteria ever could. It starts attacking you, specifically your skin and mucous membranes. This is known as Stevens-Johnson syndrome, which sounds like a boring law firm until you realize it means your skin can literally peel off. We're talking blisters, lesions, eyes that feel like they've been scrubbed with sandpaper. All because your immune system saw a pill and went, "This is fine," before yeeting your epidermis into a full-blown meltdown. And the worst part? You can't even predict it. You can take Bactrim for years with no issue. Then one day your immune system wakes up and chooses violence. Doctors still don't fully understand why some people react this way. It's like your body's doing software updates in the background, and one day it installs the self-destruct patch. So, yeah, next time someone says modern medicine is amazing, just remember, sometimes your antibiotic comes with a free exfoliation package from hell. Number 9. Sleepwalking on Ambien. Ambien. The drug that's supposed to help you sleep. Except it sometimes turns people into unconscious gremlins with Wi-Fi access. People have reported doing the weirdest stuff while asleep on Ambien. Cooking full-course meals, driving cars, sending emails, online shopping, even committing crimes. All while being completely asleep. Imagine waking up to an email from your boss like, "Hey, I got your 3 a.m. message about training raccoons for the apocalypse. Are you okay?" Ambien doesn't just make you sleepy, it messes with how your brain transitions between consciousness and unconsciousness. Think of it like your brain's light switch getting stuck halfway, neither fully on nor off. Your body's in zombie mode, but your motor skills are like, "Let's make lasagna." And the worst part? People don't even remember it. You could literally wake up to a kitchen disaster and think your house got burgled by yourself. Some people even experience Ambien amnesia, where they forget they took it and take more, entering a kind of pharmaceutical Groundhog Day. So yeah, it's great for insomnia, if you don't mind occasionally starring in your own sleepwalking horror movie. Number 8. The depression drug that kills desire. You finally see a psychiatrist. You get help. You start feeling better. Then suddenly, your love life dies a slow, clinical death. Welcome to the world of SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. They're miracle drugs for anxiety and depression, with the side effect of turning your libido into a ghost. Here's how it works. SSRIs increase serotonin, the feel-good chemical in your brain. But serotonin also likes to hog the dance floor, pushing dopamine, the pleasure chemical, out of the way. So while your mood improves, your body's like, "Fun? Never heard of it." For some people, it's mild. For others, it's like their entire reward system packed up and moved to Florida. No attraction, no drive, no motivation, just pure, serene, emotional neutrality. And even when they stop taking the drug, sometimes the effect stays. There's actually a name for this: post-SSRI sexual dysfunction. It sounds fake, but tell that to the thousands of people who feel like they lost part of their humanity to a tiny white tablet. Basically, you trade sadness for serenity, but also your entire romantic spark, which is great if your idea of self-improvement is becoming an emotionally stable houseplant. Number 7. Cough syrup hallucinations. Remember when you were a kid and your mom gave you cough syrup and it tasted like cherry-flavored death? Well, it turns out that if you take too much of that syrup, it doesn't just stop your cough, it launches you into another dimension. The culprit is dextromethorphan, or DXM. In small doses, it's safe. In large doses, it acts like a dissociative drug. Your body's still here, but your consciousness just went on vacation without you. Teenagers discovered this in the early 2000s and started robo-tripping, a trend that combined cough syrup, boredom, and bad decisions. The result? Vivid hallucinations, time distortion, and feeling like your brain is buffering in real life. Here's the ironic part. DXM was originally developed to replace codeine because codeine was addictive. But in the wrong dose, DXM gives you the same wild ride, just with more glitter and existential dread. Your vision melts, your thoughts loop, and your motor skills are like a laggy video game. You might think you're walking straight, but your body's reenacting a David Lynch film. So next time someone says, "It's just cough medicine," remember? It's only one bottle away from becoming a portal to your own private multiverse. Number 6. The painkiller that eats your brain. Painkillers are supposed to stop pain, right? Well, apparently no one told OxyContin that, because it decided to stop everything except destruction. Oxycodone, the active ingredient in OxyContin, was marketed in the late 90s as a safe, effective way to manage pain. Doctors handed it out like candy, and everyone felt great. Until, of course, their brains realized it was basically pharmaceutical heroin in a business suit. Here's the thing. Opioids hijack your brain's reward system. They flood it with dopamine, the wow, life is good chemical. But your brain, being the petty control freak it is, adapts by shutting down its natural dopamine production. So when you stop taking it, everything feels gray. Food doesn't taste right. Music doesn't hit. The sun could explode and you just go, meh. And that's when addiction digs its claws in. It's not about chasing a high anymore. It's about trying to feel normal. Long-term use can cause something called opioid-induced hyperalgesia, which is the cruelest plot twist ever. It means the drug that's supposed to stop pain actually makes you more sensitive to pain. So your brain's like, we see your backache, and we'll raise you full-body suffering. In short, your painkiller becomes the painmaker. Modern medicine really loves irony. Number 5. The allergy drug that made people go psycho. You know those little pink Benadryl tablets that knock you out when pollen season hits? Yeah, well, they can also make you hallucinate shadow people in your bedroom. So, fun trade-off. Benadryl contains diphenhydramine, an antihistamine. In normal doses, it makes you drowsy. In high doses, it turns you into the unreliable narrator of your own psychological thriller. People who've overdosed on Benadryl report seeing spiders crawling on their skin, hearing whispering voices, and having full conversations with people who don't exist. It's not like an LSD trip with colors and wonder. It's like watching your brain crumble in real time. Doctors call this an anticholinergic delirium. Translation: your brain runs out of acetylcholine, a chemical that helps your neurons talk to each other. Without it, your perception becomes a funhouse mirror of horror. There was even a viral TikTok challenge, because of course there was, where teens took massive amounts of Benadryl just to see things. Spoiler alert, some didn't live to post their follow-up video. So yeah, that pink tablet that helps you nap after mowing the lawn? It's one dosage mistake away from turning your Saturday afternoon into a Lovecraft short story. Number 4. The miracle acne drug that breaks your mind. Isotretinoin, better known as Accutane, was a godsend for people with severe acne. It clears your skin, boosts confidence, and makes you feel like a new person. Except for the small detail where it might also make you want to stop being a person entirely. For decades, patients and doctors have argued over whether Accutane can trigger depression or suicidal thoughts. Pharmaceutical companies denied it for years. Then lawsuit after lawsuit started stacking up, and suddenly everyone was like, maybe the spotless skin wasn't worth the mental breakdown. Scientists still don't fully understand why it happens, but they think it has to do with how retinoids affect serotonin levels in the brain. Basically, the same compound that clears your pores might also scrub out your will to live. Imagine going to your dermatologist for clearer skin and leaving with an existential crisis. You're glowing, but emotionally decomposing. And as a bonus, it can cause permanent birth defects if taken during pregnancy. So the warning labels are basically like, this drug will give you perfect skin, but it might ruin your brain and any potential offspring. Choose wisely. In other words, the fountain of youth apparently comes with a little arsenic in the recipe. Number 3, the heartburn cure that cancels your bones. You know that acid reflux medicine everyone takes? Those little chalky tabs and purple pills? Yeah, turns out your bones hate those. They're called proton pump inhibitors, PPIs for short. They block acid production in your stomach, which sounds great if you're tired of burping lava. But stomach acid isn't just there to torture you, it's how your body absorbs minerals like calcium and magnesium. Without it, your bones start turning into sad, brittle breadsticks. Long-term users of PPIs have a higher risk of bone fractures, vitamin deficiencies, and kidney problems. It's like trading acid reflux for osteoporosis. Your stomach was doing its job, and you basically fired it. And now your skeleton is sending you passive-aggressive emails like, "Hey buddy, remember me?" The structure keeping you upright? So the next time someone says, "It's just heartburn," remember, that tiny purple pill might be sneakily dissolving your internal scaffolding. Number 2, the cold medicine that makes you paranoid. You're sick, you're sniffling, you just want to breathe like a normal human again. So you grab a cold medicine, maybe something with pseudoephedrine, the stuff that unclogs your sinuses and lets you sleep. Except, here's the thing, that same ingredient is also used to make meth. Yeah, Breaking Bad wasn't kidding. So pharmacists started locking it up, requiring ID to buy it, and limiting how much you can take home, because apparently you're always one box away from becoming a chemistry felon. But even if you're using it properly, pseudoephedrine still plays with your brain chemistry like it's DJing a rave inside your skull. It constricts your blood vessels to reduce swelling in your nasal passages, which is great for your nose, terrible for everything else. Heart racing, check, anxiety. Oh yeah, paranoia? Welcome to the club. In higher doses, it can cause something called stimulant psychosis, where you start thinking everyone's plotting against you, your reflections judging you, and that clicking sound in the corner is definitely an FBI bug. And it's not just hallucinations. People have had panic attacks, delusions, and wild mood swings after using too much over-the-counter cold medicine, which means the drug that's supposed to calm your head can also turn it into a haunted house. So next time you're sneezing your lungs out and someone says, "Just take a decongestant," maybe ask yourself, do I want to breathe? Or do I want to start a conspiracy theory about my toaster? Number 1, the anesthesia that deletes your soul temporarily. You're in the hospital, getting prepped for surgery. The nurse says, "Count backward from 10. You make it to 8. And then the next thing you know, it's 2 hours later and you have no idea what just happened. That's anesthesia for you, the closest humans have ever come to hitting a real-life off switch. But while you're out, the rest of your body is still very much alive, breathing, pumping, functioning, just without you in the driver's seat. And here's where it gets disturbing. Some people wake up during surgery. It's called anesthesia awareness, and it happens to about 1 in every 19,000 patients. They can't move, can't speak, but they can feel everything. Imagine being paralyzed while someone's rummaging around in your organs. You're screaming inside, but your body forgot how to make sound. Even without awareness, anesthesia does weird stuff to the brain. Post-op, some people experience cognitive fog, forgetfulness, personality shifts, or vivid, bizarre dreams. Your mind basically reboots like a crashed computer, and not all the files reload properly. Scientists still don't fully understand how anesthesia works. They know it disrupts neural communication, but the exact mechanism, the how, remains one of medicine's creepiest mysteries. So congratulations. Every time you've gone under for surgery, you've technically been participating in an experiment no one fully comprehends. The drugs are so powerful they can literally erase consciousness, like pulling the plug on your soul and then plug it back in when they're done cutting. And the weirdest part? Most people thank the anesthesiologist afterward like, "Thanks for knocking me out so strangers could rearrange my insides." Modern medicine, folks. Half miracle, half nightmare fuel. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.